Notts County. Well, despite only 2 wins and 5 goals in 10 games, Luton, according to David Pleat, are making steady progress. 2 19-year-olds, one who's only 20 here. Trevor Peake is injured. For the first time, Philip Gray and Mick Harford play up front together. Notts County, newly returned to the First Division, have started reasonably well. 4 wins in 10 games. They're mid-table. The emphasis in this lineup is on defence, with more constructive players like Draper and Turner left on the bench. Well, in pouring rain, the Gray-Harford combination found County's tight man-for-man marking and extra cover very difficult to break down. But the main talking point in a frustrating first half was whether Mick Harford, coming in at the far post here, was illegally impeded. The corner floated beyond goalkeeper Cherry. Nobody better equipped for this situation than Mick Harford, but Craig Short in very close attendance. Was Harford fouled? Referee Jim Rushton from Stoke said no. And here, the very promising fullback Matthew Jackson was an inch or two away from getting on the end of this free kick, and very close to his first league goal. And the only time County caused any danger was through new signing Paul Rideout. He opens up the target well here, but Alec Chamberlain had it well covered. So 0-0 at half-time. The second half, however, was much more eventful.
Rideout knocks it into the path of Johnson, stabbed away into the path of Thomas. Oh, it's a good shot and a good save by Alec Chamberlain. So difficult in these conditions, zipping across the wet grass. This is way outside the area, perhaps too much time to set it up, but the goalkeeper had to get down very fast, and that's a good save. Now Luton pushing forward here. Can they make something of this? But of course County pulls so many players back into the penalty area. Roger has gone up there into a striking position with Rideout marking him. I just knocked it back to Harford, and it's a chip forward and off the post as a Gray went in. It was Dreher's chip that looked as if it was putting Gray into a perfect position, but it rebounds and Gray can't get it in. Substitution for Luton. Off comes Telfer, on comes Kerry Hughes. 9 months out of the game with a serious knee injury. He'd had a couple of very promising games under Jim Ryan. Now back here in difficult circumstances. Hughes, bundled off it by Paris, gets a free kick, and immediately Hughes has brought a bit of life to this one. Knocked in for Gray. It's a poor clearance, and away goes Mark Pembridge. Can he get a good cross in? Harford! Oh, what a goal! Gray went for it, Harford went for it, but Gray, I think, will get the credit. 2 players going for that wonderful cross from Mark Pembridge, and that was a first-class goal. Well, let's try to identify exactly who did it. It's Harford who's going to be there first, but Gray gets in with the header, and it's one Luton player competing with another Luton player. I think it's Gray. We'll have to wait and see. Double substitution here for Notts County.
Mickey!
Off come Christian Shaw and Kevin Bartlett, and on come Phil Turner and Mark Draper. And a lot more confidence now in this Luton side. Kerry Hughes, lovely play. Gray trying to set up Matthew Jackson, and Jackson has done well to get the cross in and hit the bar. Mark Pembridge. The linesman's flag was up for an infringement, incidentally. Gray does well there. Matthew Jackson does even better to get the ball forward. And the linesman's flag, in fact, had gone up, although that was a beautiful move with Pembridge denied by the bar. One by Short, picked up by Priest. Relay quickly by Harford to Gray, and was he held off? A lot of the supporters think he was, but the referee was right on top of it, said the defender acted quite legally. Now, a decent effort by Phil Turner. Whacked on the volley. They're certainly short of shots on target. So substitution here with Mick Harford coming off, having played a very valiant part in this Luton performance. And on comes Kurt Nogan. Nogan, another Welshman, along with Kerry Hughes on this right-hand side, picked up by Matthew Jackson. Nogan goes down the right, he's got pace here. Nogan might get behind him with Gray coming down the near post. Can he get it in? He brought down! And they looked towards the linesman whether it was a penalty or a corner, and it was a corner. Well, Nogan bursting away there, fresh legs. This is his first touch, and could he have got the ball across earlier? Certainly had support. He decides to take it down to the line, and was he brought down? It looked to me as if he was. If the result stays as it is, Draper trying to get it through, and Turner's brought down, and it's a penalty. And Matthew Jackson tried to get at Phil Turner as he was played through and conceding a penalty. Well, here it comes. Turner was beautifully put through. It was a challenge from behind, and although Luton have been denied a couple of situations themselves, the referee had no hesitation on pointing straight to the spot. And it's Tommy Johnson who's going to take it. He's done very, very little in this game, but if he puts this one in with a couple of minutes left, this will be a very valuable part. Johnson, he scores, and Notts County have pulled one back. They hardly deserve it, but the penalty was beautifully put in, and they are delighted at least. So Johnson, confident, although he's had so little to do in this game, just inside the post, and it's 1-1. Turner and Draper working well together again, and a brilliant shot by Dean Thomas, and the goalkeeper really had to move to that one. The wind behind it, the rain pouring down still. That's a very difficult one, and the goalkeeper pushing that one wide. Paris puts it forward again. Turner's going to get behind that, and there in fact is the final whistle. And what a turnaround in the last few minutes after an excellent goal from Philip Gray and a fine performance from Luton Town in the second half. They were the better side, but a penalty conceded in the last 2 minutes, and Tommy Johnson wraps it in, and suddenly 2 points have gone. So the final score here on a miserable day, but an encouraging one for Luton, is Luton 1, Notts County 1.
I thought we coped very well with Notts County's passion, if that's what they call it. We were very disappointed, and I have to place it on record. I felt we were the victim of one or two awful decisions.
You meant that you should have had a couple of penalties?
I feel that in general I wasn't happy with the application of the laws of the games at times. I thought there was a couple of penalties, yes. I'm sure that Harford was pulled down approaching that corner, and I'm sure that Gray was obstructed in the box, and I'm sure of one or two other incidents which I felt were mildly attacked by the officials. It would be wrong for me to blame them for the result. I didn't feel, although we dominated the game, that we made enough chances.
Philip, was it your goal or was it to Mick Harford's?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I thought I got the touch on it that took it in the net, but I have to see it. So well.
What does Mick say?
Well, Mick came over to me and says good goal, but then in the changing room he says he thought he got the last touch. So I suppose we'll have to wait and see, but I thought I got the touch that took it there goal.
So a friendly dispute.